Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. We are very excited to have you participating in this event with us. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Clarissa, and I'll be your facilitator. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to go over. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can also use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. If you do have a question for a specific school, be sure to mention them within your question. This is also one of many sessions happening over the next few days, so feel free to go back out to the schedule to see what else might be available. And lastly, this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our first institution, which is Berkeley College.
Thank you so much, Clarissa. My name is Anita Jones, as you can see from the screen, and I am a high school and community relations rep from Berkeley College. What we're going to do today is briefly go over some of the things that make us a little unique and different from other places. So I wanted to let you know that there are ways that we are reaching out to students right now, especially post-pandemic. We are using virtual tools. So we are having a virtual open house this weekend. We are having virtual information sessions every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. We're doing virtual career webinars every week. We have different selections on different areas. So if you are interested in any of the areas that we have available, I'm going to put into the chat a link that will help you to get information and invitation. So if you're interested in business, technology, design, fashion, healthcare, law, or justice, or national security, make sure you click on that link, fill out the form so that you can get connected and be informed about the different events that we have. So that's the first thing that I was going to share with you. But I also wanted to share some really interesting information about Berkeley College in general. One of the things that has made us unique recently, we were voted one of the best regional colleges in the North, in New Jersey, according to US News and World Reports. And we're one of best in terms of economic diversity and the least debt list. So I'm going to stop that real quick. And I wanted to go over a couple of other things with you since we only have a few minutes, okay? So let me share, once again, what makes us unique. So one of the things, we've been around for 90 years. We actually celebrated our 90th anniversary last month. And in New Jersey, it was actually Berkeley College Day on September 28th. I want to show you the different schools that we have. We have the Larry L. Lewin School of Business, the School of Health, and the School of Professional Studies. We're known for business, but our biggest program at this time is in the Justice Studies Department. We actually have 6 different concentrations. Our newest program that we have here should be, oh, there it is, 3D digital visualization. And so I'd like to show you some of the different programs that we have and how we can actually help students to get a degree sooner. So let me click on this degree. And the 3D digital visualization is a BFA, a Bachelor of Fine Arts. We are the only school in New Jersey that offers it. It's available online and on campus. But I want to show you how you can actually get a degree sooner from Berkeley College. We actually have 3 semesters a year. So what happens is, right now, let's say this is starting the fall semester. We're going to have that semester, students start their major classes along with general ed classes, and then we're going to take our winter break. We come back for our winter semester at the beginning of January, and then in April, we take our spring break. We then have our 3rd semester, which is going to be our spring semester, which ends at the beginning of August, and everybody gets the month of August off from school, and we start again. So what does that mean? For a student who's looking at a bachelor's degree, they can get a 4-year bachelor's degree in 1 year, 2 years, 2 years, and 8 months. Or if they want to spread it out, they can actually take advantage of our graduation incentive program, which allows students to get their last 2 semesters for free if they want to spread it out over 10 semesters. I want to show you where the college campuses are. They are actually in New York City. We have our Midtown Manhattan campus, which is right down the street from Grand Central Station. And it's also across the street from the New York Public Library and Bryant Park. We have our Newark campus, which is across the street from the Washington Park and by the light rail and train stations. We have a Paramus campus, which is very convenient if you love to shop, because Paramus is the Bergen County shopping capital. Then in Woodland Park, that's our flagship school. We have all the different programs there, including the 3D digital visualization program. And then Woodbridge is another campus that is convenient and near train stations and shopping malls. But then we have our online campus, which we've actually been awarded one of the top online schools 8 years in a row by US News and World Reports. There is a lot of scholarship money available. One of the things that we do that's a little differently, we do offer scholarships from the average student to the honors student. These are just a sample, but we have about 30 different scholarship programs for students, and the majority of our students do qualify for scholarships. Lastly, I just want to go over briefly, let me pull this up. I want to show you briefly the different steps that it takes to get enrolled in Berkeley. So one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that it's easy for you. So our first step is that visit. It could be a career webinar, it could be an open house, it could be an information session. And then your application. And because we got to know you, we use your essay mainly for scholarship purposes or for the honors program. We do have an honors program for students with a 3.0 or better. And then acceptance, we do not require SATs or ACTs. That is an option. You could take the College Board AccuPlacer instead, and a 20-minute scholarship exam if you have that 3.0 or better to qualify for higher scholarships. Once we determine what your financial aid is, we'll give you an opportunity to look over the package. We'll review it with you personally. And then if you make a decision, we can get you registered right away, okay? So that's basically what I was going to say about Berkeley College. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Up next, we have Ramapo College of New Jersey.
Stop sharing.
Hi, thanks for joining. For Jersey. Our student teacher and faculty ratio is 16:1. We have and there are no graduate assistants. There are also no lecture hall courses. Average class size is about 21, and the largest class we'll ever have is 35 at Ramapo. We are test optional for all of our undergraduate majors and also for our 4+1 programs as well. And so going school arts, most popular programs are communications, music, animation, as well as theater. Human services, most popular programs are the programs are biology, environmental science,
It appears Ramapo College is experiencing some technical difficulties, so we are going to move on to our next institution and revisit them in a moment. So we are going to move on to Monmouth University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Yankowski. I'm an admission counselor over at Monmouth University. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. So I want to be a resource to you all throughout this process. So I know that we only have a few moments to What's that? Hold on one second. Let me get that back up and rolling. There we go. Only have a few moments to share some information with you, but I definitely want to be a resource to you all throughout this process. So to share some facts and figures about the university, we have consider ourselves a medium-sized campus composed roughly of 4,400 undergraduate students and then 1,500 graduate students. Our average class size is 21 students per staff with a 12-to-1 student to staff ratio. And close to 75% of our professors have the highest degree possible in their field. So what does this mean? This means that when you're taking classes over at Monmouth University, you're going to be taught by experts in that field. So you're going to have English classes that are taught by published authors. You're going to have biology classes taught by people currently doing research in the field. And you're going to have your criminal justice classes taught by former prosecutors. Also, any school that's going to tell you what their average class size is, I want you to stop and ask them, what is your maximum class size? Our maximum class size is 35 students per class. So if you're looking to have that mentorship, that relationship with your professor, definitely, you can definitely have that here at the university. Also, a lot of our classrooms are set up as a dialogue sort of setting. So where we're located in a pretty prime location, in my opinion. We're only about an hour from New York City via train, 45 minutes via ferry. We are about an hour and a half from Philadelphia, and we are 1 mile away from the ocean. And we do have beachfront residence halls for our juniors and seniors. We have 2 National Historic Landmarks on our campus, the Great Hall, which is pictured here in the middle, and then the other one is our library over on our residential side of campus. This is a list of all of our majors that we have available, including some of our specialty programs and our 5-year master's programs. In our master's plus bachelor combination, we have over 200 different combinations of our bachelor's plus master's. With our specialty programs, those are our direct entry programs. So you can apply directly to those programs, including our nursing program. If you have no idea what you want to major in, such as myself, I had no idea what I wanted to major in. I changed my major 6 times before graduation. You'll have the opportunity to explore a few different majors while you're taking your general education requirements before declaring your degree at the end of your sophomore year. You'll be given a first-year advisor to help you select all of your classes throughout that first year. And then at the beginning of your sophomore year, you're going to be given an undeclared major advisor. Over 50% of all the applications that we have come in do come in as undeclared. We have over 100 different clubs and organizations on campus. Last time I did the count, it was 129 different clubs and organizations. So this is just a small sprinkling of some of the clubs and organizations that we have available. With our clubs and organizations, if there is something that you would like to see on campus that we don't already have, you can bring your idea to our student governing board and they'll be able to vote you into existence. We have cultural-based clubs, leadership-based clubs, honors-based clubs, clubs related to your major, clubs for just the fun of it. For example, we recently added the Harry Potter fan club. That was something that our students wanted to see on campus. We are Division I athletics. We have 24 Division I athletic teams. We recently added women's rowing to the list. I know it's not presented up here. Towards the end of September, we got official notice that we have added women's rowing to that list. Even if you don't sport, such as myself, I don't sport. I use the word sport as a verb. I've never been gifted with running. School spirit is still something amazing that we have on campus. It's very important to me. So generally speaking, because of our small class sizes, you're probably going to know a Division I athlete or someone who's in the cheer team, the pep band, the dance team. And a lot of times our students will go to these events just to support their friends. Generally speaking, about 15 to 20 minutes after the game starts, the student section is full. So a lot of school spirit on our campus. So to cover a little bit about the application process in the last few minutes here, in order to apply to the university, we only need 5 things. We are a member of the Common App, so you can add Monmouth University to your dashboard or the application on our website. We need a $50 application fee. We'll need your official high school transcript. Middle 50% for your high school transcript is a 3.12 to a 3.72, and that's on a 4.0 scale. We're going to need at least 1 letter of recommendation. The letters of recommendation can come from a community member, coach, school counselor, teacher, anyone that isn't family. And we're going to need your 650-word Common App essay. One of the 7 prompts, you speak about whichever one speaks most to you, and then you can write your essay on that. And we are SAT optional for the next 2 years. I should say test optional for the next 2 years. So if you would like to apply with your test scores, there's a checkbox on the application saying, please look at my test scores. Or if you would want to apply without, there's a checkbox saying, please do not look at my test scores. For your information, middle 50% for SAT is a 1060 to a 1210. ACT is a 21 to a 26. And we can super score those tests for you. We have a few different deadlines for you to choose from for applying to the university. We have our early action deadline date, which is binding, November 15th. So make sure you talk with your school counselor before selecting that binding date. It essentially means that if you were to be accepted to the university, that we would expect that you would be attending the university. And then we have our early, so November 15th is the early decision deadline date. And then December 15th, we'll have notification. Early action is December 1st. Give us everything by December 1st. I'll give you a notification by January 15th. You'll have until May 1st to let us know. And then regular decision is March 1st. All of our specialty programs do have that early action deadline date of December 1st. Just early action and regular decision are non-binding. So you can apply to all the schools on your list. Well, thank you all so much for joining me here today. I'll drop my information in chat. I really want this to be a dialogue that we continue to have after today. So please do feel free to let me know if you have any additional questions. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for your presentation. Up next, we have Montclair State University.
All right, so good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan. I'm the admissions counselor at Montclair State University. I'm just going to share my screen here really quickly. I just have a small presentation prepared. All right. There we go. And hopefully everyone can see that. So before I get started, I'll just kind of give a little campus profile. So we are located in northeastern New Jersey, about 12 miles away from New York City, as you can see here on this little map. We have around 21,000 students on campus, 17,000 undergraduates. Our average class size is around 23 to 25 students. And generally doesn't really get bigger than 40 or 50, which puts our student to faculty ratio at around 17 to 1. We offer about 300 academic majors, minors, and concentrations for our students to choose from. And we were seeing last year that our average student, incoming student GPA is around a 3.27. As I mentioned, we're about 12 miles from New York City, and we do actually have 2 New Jersey Transit train stations that can take you directly into New York City, as well as anywhere else you need to go. And 1 New Jersey Transit bus station. So we do see a lot of our students take advantage of this, whether it be for internships or kind of just enjoying what the city has to offer. And I won't go through all of these, but these are some of the places where Montclair kind of ranks pretty highly over the years. We're consistently ranked in the top 50 colleges that add the most value list, as well as Campus Pride's top 25 LGBTQ friendly campuses. And we are usually in the Wall Street Journal's top 100 national public universities ranking. So affordable, friendly, and up there in the rankings for sure, like I said, with the Wall Street Journal. And in terms of programs of study, this is kind of the bulk of my presentation here, is that we have so much for our students in terms of academic options. So you can see here in the left column some of our most popular majors: accounting, our communications programs, as well as psychology. Computer science actually just jumped into our top 5 this year as well. That's a set of programs we see growing exponentially every single year. But a lot of students, when they do graduate high school, actually have no idea what they want to do. That's totally okay. We have about 30% of our incoming freshman class every year coming in undeclared. And we are one of the only universities in the state of New Jersey to have something called University College, which is our home for our undeclared students. And through something we call the Discovery Program, we help give these students the resources to kind of navigate all of our programs and figure out what they want to major in. Pretty much ever since I was in high school, it's always been the average high school student or a college student changes their major at least 3 times. And hopefully with these types of programs, that narrows down a little bit, and I let you explore prior to getting into a major. So we have these different Discovery Program tracks here. And through elective credits, so you're not wasting time, you get to take courses in different fields to kind of get a feel for what you'd like in terms of your interests, and then you and your advisor will then narrow down and select a major for you. But we also have a lot of students that are looking to get ahead, and every year grad school becomes more and more essential for a lot of different fields. So we actually have the opportunity through about 40 of our majors for 5-year combined bachelor-master's programs. And through this, it's 5 years, you'll earn 2 degrees. So you shave a year off the end. Most graduate degrees take around 2 years, but also when you start taking grad courses in your 4th year, you'll actually pay for them at an undergraduate rate. So we're seeing students are saving around $7,000 overall through these 5-year bachelor master's programs. So it's a really great opportunity to kind of expedite your education, as well as kind of optimizing it. Additionally, with our business school, we have a bunch of majors that have partnerships with our School of Business for our 4+1 MBA program. Some of them are listed here. We've continued to add more and more, but basically this offers you the opportunity to get a bachelor's in any of these fields here. And then in your 5th year, you'll do an accelerated MBA program with our School of Business. So diversifies your resume a little bit. You get a couple of specialties in a few different fields, and then you're right on your way to the workforce. All right, but obviously every university offers courses, professors, all that great stuff, but Montclair State's campus is where we really think we shine. So we have a lot of different ways to get involved on campus. We have about 120 clubs and organizations on campus that range so far in what they do. There are culture-based clubs, community service-based clubs, just common interest clubs where people, who have a common interest get together every week. And there's a lot of different ways you can be involved in clubs, whether as a general member or in leadership, president, vice president, or treasurer of a club. And then you kind of get to dictate the direction the club goes in. We also have the opportunity to join Greek life. So we have about 34 Greek organizations on campus between our fraternities and sororities. And then there's also the opportunity for athletics. So we are Division III in terms of our NCAA teams. And then we also have the opportunity for students to join intramural and club sports. Our study abroad program is quite broad, quite extensive. We have partnerships with over 60 countries around the world. We also offer opportunities for students to study abroad domestically, which I know is an oxymoron, but basically you're able to study in certain institutions around the United States, California, Washington, D.C., if you do not want to go abroad necessarily. So it's a really good opportunity. We also have about 10 residence halls on campus, 7 of which are available for incoming freshmen. And as long as you pay your housing deposit on time, your housing will be guaranteed. Now quickly, just as I continue to go forward here, we are also on the Common App, so you can just kind of check us off, put us on your dashboard when you're filling out your Common App, or you can apply at our website. Either way is totally fine. Here are some of our deadlines. So our early action deadline is December 1st. This is not a binding contract. This just guarantees that if you apply by December 1st, you will receive your decision by December 23rd. And then our scholarship and preferred admissions deadline are March 1st. So just make sure to get your applications in at that point in time. And thank you very much.
Thank you for that presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if anybody has questions for the schools you're hearing from today, definitely don't hesitate to put those in the Q&A down below. Up next, we have William Paterson University.
Hello, good afternoon. Actually, good evening. Sorry, let me share my screen. Okay, so, I'm sorry, okay. So my name is Francisco Antonio Colon. I am the Assistant Director Undergraduate Admission at William Paterson University. And this is the goal that we want you guys to see as you come into William Paterson and basically graduate in 4 years. I'm trying to speed up as possible because we only have 6 minutes. We were founded in 1855, so we've been around more than 100 years. We're located in Wayne, New Jersey. That it's 15 minutes away from Paterson, New Jersey, and 22 miles away from New York City. So it's a hop, skip, and a jump. We have 43 Fulbright scholars, professors. Basically what that means are these professors basically write grants and they do research to bring in more funding and educate more students around the world and around the nation. We're a Hispanic serving institution. So for every 5 individuals that you see on campus, 1 of them would be an African-American and 2, the second would be Latinx or Latino. Here we go. So we have 30% of our students live on campus, and 50% of our freshmen basically live on campus. We have 9 residence halls that caters to 2,000 students. We're a public institution. We're 8,000 students deep. We're also test optional as well. And we're Division III. We have baseball, basketball, football, tennis, track and field, but we're Division I when it comes to soccer and wrestling. We also have 120 clubs and organizations. We're Divine Nine, Grade 8, and we also have NAFO for the Latinos and Asian organizations as well. Hold on. Here we go. So we're also basically we're navigating the COVID-19. We're being very careful in allowing students to come in on campus, and obviously you have to have your COVID shot to come into campus. I know some individuals might have religious base or religious belief or their own belief that they don't want to take the vaccine. However, but the president of the university has mandated everyone, if they want to come to William Paterson, to take the COVID shot. Here we go. We have an array of different academic support, career programs, and social and well-being support, but I wanted to touch base briefly on the EOF program, which is for economically disadvantaged individuals, low income. So we offer a 6-week summer academy, and in that summer academy, you live on campus for free, you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's also an enrichment academy, which you will be enhanced to enhance your writing, reading, your math skills, and also your science skills. And when you graduate within the 6 weeks of the summer academy, you will obtain 3 to 6 credits. The EOF program also provides book stipend and partially help you with your tuition. We have 4 colleges on campus. We offer 250 majors, minors, and concentrations, and we are also big with the 4+1, which you can get your master's in 5 years, and is also cost effective. Yes, and here we go. So I don't want to touch on all the colleges, but we do have obviously jazz. Our most popular program is in the music and talent, and also criminal justice and business. So if you're talented and you want to come for music, there's scholarships for that. Obviously, if you have a 3.5, you do qualify for different scholarships, such as the trustee scholarships, donor scholarship, institutional scholarships, willpower scholarships. They're all arranged from $1,000 to $10,000 a year. Obviously, if you have a 3.5, you also qualify for the Honors College, and Honors College provides a $5,000 scholarship a year. So we have many scholarships to provide to students that want to come into William Paterson. We have the College of Education. We have not just these 4 basic majors, but obviously when you come into, we have the 4+1. So once you graduate in education, early childhood education, elementary education, you can get your certificate. If you want in early childhood education and go on move to your master's, and you can get your master's in 5 years, if that's what you wish to do. We also have, here is the College of Science and Health. We have sports management. We have our own TV station, our own radio show. So if you wish to basically be in journalism or communications, you have an opportunity to do an internship and be behind the scenes, on the scene, on radio if you wish to. So we have that for you. Also, the College of Business, we have global business, and we also have real estate. So you can do the Common App to apply through your high school, actually the Common App, and also you can apply to our website as well. The $50 application can be waived if you come to our open house or college tour. And I'll leave most of my information online, and great to meet all you guys, and have a great evening.
Thank you for that presentation. Up next, we have Bryant University.
Hello, I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Awesome. Cool. Hi, my name is Emily Cluck, and I am an admission rep at Bryant University. I'm just going to give you a quick snapshot of kind of who we are and what we're about at Bryant. So we are a private college located in Smithfield, Rhode Island. So we're about 15 minutes north of Providence, Rhode Island, and then about 45 to 50 minutes from Boston. Our college is around 3,200 undergraduate students. We're a bit on the smaller side, but it's one of those schools where it's still big enough where you see a new face every day, but small enough where you get to know your professors really well. So we have our College of Business and our College of Arts and Sciences. What's a little bit unique about us is that we require our students to study in both of the schools. So this means if you're majoring in the College of Business, you'll complete a minor in the College of Arts and Sciences, and then vice versa. So if you're majoring in the College of Arts and Sciences, you'll complete a minor in the College of Business. We do this because we want our students to be really well-rounded, and we want them to have skills for both schools. So in the College of Arts and Sciences, you're going to get those human-centered communication skills. You're going to learn the importance of adapting, as we know that's very important, especially the past couple of years. And we know that a student's career is going to change throughout their lifetime. And then in the College of Business, we want students to have those organization skills, management skills, sometimes financial theory skills, because no matter where students work, it's going to be run like a business, but we also know that they're going to have to work with people too. So we want to develop them into being really holistic individuals so that when they go out into the workforce, they're prepared for any job that they might have. So to give you a quick example of what this could look like is, so maybe you want to be a lawyer someday. So you complete a major in politics and law, which is in our College of Arts and Sciences, but you know that one day you want to open your own law firm. So you complete a minor in entrepreneurship. So it not only develops students holistically, but it also allows them to combine a bunch of their interests as well. So we have a huge focus on experiential learning at Bryant, and it's great because our average class size is around 26 students. So you're going to get a lot of one-on-one attention from your professors in a lot of your hands-on learning. We max our classes at 35 students, so you're never going to have more than that. We don't have any teaching assistants, we don't have any graduate assistants that teach classes, and we don't have any lecture halls. So all of your classes are taught by your professors, and you get to know them really well. They get to know you really well. A lot of our students find that their transition to college is much easier because they are used to that smaller setting, and that personalized setting in high school. And then when they get to college, it's kind of a similar experience. So we're setting students up for success, not only after they graduate, but also throughout their entire college career. So we're going to have them take 5 gateway courses. And these are essentially intro courses to a lot of different topics. So that one, if a student doesn't know what they want to study, they're getting their hands on a bunch of different things to see what they're interested in or to see what they're not interested in. So these gateway courses are an introductory to literary studies, which is basically just a fancy word for English, a first year writing course, what we call global foundations of organizations and business. It's essentially a business course that teaches on a lot of different topics. And then global foundations of character and leadership. And that course analyzes different types of character and leadership through multiple different lenses. And then the 50-day course is what we call Bryant Idea. So this is a 72-hour design thinking workshop that students will complete during their freshman year. And in this workshop, they are given a problem. They go out into the real world. They conduct field research, talk to people at different organizations and businesses, and then they come back to campus and they generate a bunch of ideas using the design thinking model. So students have gone to places like Patriot Place Mall, the Providence Bruins, the Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut. And so we're taking our students to real places to really get that hands-on experience as well. So experiential learning is great in the classroom, but we also have an awesome career center that is designed to help students throughout their 4 years to prepare themselves for after they graduate. So we have career coaches that will work one-on-one with students to help them with their resumes, writing cover letters. They'll help them do mock interviews so students can sit down with a career coach. Maybe if they don't know what they want to study, they'll do personality and trait assessments with students to really figure out what it is that interests them. We have a huge network of alumni, employers, and a bunch of employers that want to come to campus, and they'll do on-campus interviews with students. And so our students are really set up for success by utilizing the Career Center when they're throughout their 4 years. Around 87% of our students do complete internships. So again, we have a big emphasis on experiential learning, and a lot of our students find these internships through the Career Center, through going to college fairs and career fairs on campus. They'll often book interviews with employers right on campus, which is awesome. So we're really proud of our Career Center, and they're also really successful. So around 99% of our grads are either fully employed or enrolled in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So this is something we like to brag about a little bit. This is based off a 92% response rate. So a lot of our seniors are returning the survey, so it's a very accurate statistic as well. So just to go over the application process a little bit, we are on the Common App. So we ask you to fill out obviously all of the Common App requirements. We ask you to provide one academic letter of recommendation. So that has to be someone from your school. This can be a guidance counselor, it can be a teacher. It just has to be someone with your school, obviously your transcripts, and then we are SAT optional as well. We have been for about 15 years, so this is nothing new to us. And our students are really utilizing that, especially given the pandemic. So these are some of our deadlines. Early decision is coming up November 1st. We recommend early action for a lot of our students that are still deciding, because that November 15th deadline is going to get you a decision back around mid-January. But then we obviously have the other two. So early decision 2 is going to give you a decision around mid-March. I'm sorry, mid-February, and then regular decision will be around mid-March. So that's all I have for you, and thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. Our final institution for this session is Ramapo College of New Jersey.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Part 2. So my name is Kelly Duran. I am admissions counselor at Ramapo College. So I'm going to start my presentation from the beginning because I'm not sure where it cut out last time. Getting started, so Ramapo, we are a suburban campus up in northern New Jersey. We got the name Ramapo because we are right by the Ramapo Mountains. There's a lot of nature, a lot of greenery around campus. So together between we are the smallest 4-year public college in New Jersey. And then also we have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio, and also all of our classes are taught by faculty members. There are no teaching assistants and there are no graduate assistants. We also have no lecture hall courses anywhere on campus. Our average class size is about 21. Largest class we'll ever have is 35. We are also test optional for all of our undergraduate majors, as well as our 4+1 programs as well. We're on the right, 5 different academic finance, contemporary art, global studies. Most popular programs are English, history, Spanish, as well as political science. Our school is social science and human services. Our most popular programs are education, psychology, criminology, as well as social. And lastly, one of the popular programs are biology.
Unfortunately, it looks like Ramapo College is still experiencing some technical difficulties, so I will go ahead and interrupt. For those of you who are interested in Ramapo College of New Jersey, please visit their website directly and contact them with any questions you may have about visiting, admissions, or just getting to know more about the school. We have come to the end of our programming, so I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback you can provide to us. And again, the session was recorded and will be available again after this fair on the website at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Again, thank you for joining us and have a great evening.